over time I've made them good profits.
Yep, got it. No, it's helpful. And then, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Right. So I think another negative of this current system, and I haven't been on other systems for the abdomen quite yet, is the ability to do multi-quadrant work. I'm use a lot of the SI system and just starting to use XI. So I'm excited to see how XI allows us to quickly work in different quadrants of the abdomen like laparoscopy does. In some ways, some of the basics of laparoscopy we haven't even obtained yet in robotics, or we're just starting to do. The other negative, I think, in robotics is that we don't have tactile sensation. I've learned that to not need tactile sensation, but if it's there, it's just one more sense that can help the surgeon do good surgery.
And I'm sorry, I missed that last one. What was that last point you said? I'm sorry.
Oh, tactile sensation?
Okay, tactile sensation, got it.
Yeah, when you're doing robotics, you can't feel anything. It's all visual feedback as to how hard you're pressing and whatnot. So it would be helpful to have that feedback. As a robotic surgeon now for close to a decade, I've learned not to need it, but I think that more data is helpful. And I know that different machines in the future are offering it. I have been on the transenterics robot, and I think I haven't done any procedures on it, but I have been on it, and I haven't had any exposure yet to Medtronic or Google's Ethicon robot yet. But that's a big. I do know that transenterics robot does have tactile sensation, which can be helpful.
Got it. That's helpful. And it's funny, actually, I was going to ask you about transenterics, Aris, Medtronic, Titan Medical, if you've heard of any of these other robotic systems, or if you know anything else about them as far as do they excite you or other features that kind of differentiate them?
So my information on Titan's all based on the website. It looks like there's a system called the Titan Sport that looks like it's a single incision robot that's gearing towards abdominal surgery and likely transanal surgery. But I have no experience in it. The Google robot, it's all speculation. Don't know anything much about it. The Medtronic robot, again, basic speculation. I don't know. I haven't ever been on it. I hear some positive things about it, but I don't know exactly what it is. But apparently that's coming out within a year. Now, transenterics, I have been on. I've been at conferences. I've had hands on. I've actually went down to North Carolina to try out the system. It's interesting because it's still a $2 million robot.
Yep.
And every aspect of it is that the nice thing about it is that is that all the instruments are reusable. So yes, it's a $2 million outpay, but instead of buying one instrument for $1,500 that can only be used 8 times, you buy an instrument for $1,500 and you can keep using it like a laparoscopic instrument. The way I look at transenterics, though, is that it is basically a laparoscopic robot.
Got it.
i.e., it is geared absolutely to the laparoscopic surgeon, and to the point where even the hand controls, instead of it being a different type of hand control, it's laparoscopic scissors. On your control instrument rather than other types of controllers. So it really is going after the laparoscopic market. And so I don't know. To tell you the truth, I think if you're a laparoscopic surgeon and don't like to do robotics, I don't know how a laparoscopic robot is going to really change your viewpoint on it, because at the end of the day, most surgeons who stay with laparoscopy and not do robotics, I think they're going to have a hard time saying, well, instead of doing intuitive robot, I'll do this transenterics robot, but it really does what I do laparoscopically with the robot, and I don't know if that's really going to be helpful for my patient. In my opinion, they're not going to find much benefit, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's interesting. So we actually, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I that's just the way. Like, for instance, like they're going right at intuitive, right? And so the hospital is going to have to take a look at a transenteric